Crane runs into his house. Get your thing so we can go. Thank you. This is our best bet. Alright, let's go! And here we go! Finally done with all of this long dialogue. We get to do something more interesting. Kind of. Assuming I remember what I'm doing here. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go up here. Whoops. Hello, guy. You're not planning on sneaking up to Mount Aleph, are you? Yes. Mount Aleph is a sacred peak. No one can climb it without permission. So the trick with this guy is he will keep you from going unless he's on the other side of that little building there. He will stop you every time. So you want to wait until he's over on that other side to run by. And here is Soul Sanctum. The entrance, anyways. This is the entrance to Soul Sanctum. This is your first time here, right? Well, not for me, but for this group, yes. It's an important relic of our past. Take a good look at it. And doesn't it look cool? Let's see. Jumping puzzles. Seems like a really long, roundabout way of doing things, doesn't it? La 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 la. Alright, and now there's some new stuff here. We actually have Psi Energy. I'm not going to use a whole lot of it yet because we don't have a whole lot of it. So, let's see. One thing that is nice though is even if you don't have a lot of Psi Energy, the energy will recover while you're walking. So if you look, you've got HP, which is your health points, and PP, which is Psi Energy points. And it will recover naturally while you walk. The HP doesn't, but the PP does. And so I'm actually going to play really cautiously, and I'm going to make sure that everyone stays healthy all the time. That's going to be my #1 priority. You don't necessarily have to play that way if you are to pick up the game and play it. You can play however you want to. I'm just going to try and play a way that will require me dying the least number of times. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see. Defending as an option will cause you to actually take less damage, so that's nice about it. Small jewel. But I don't like to actually defend, so I never actively select that option. It's just kind of a oddity part of the way that I play. Oh, and here's another thing that we can do. We can set Psi Energy to shortcuts. So let's go ahead and put these on shortcuts. And I know you're going, why did you put 2 of the same move on shortcuts? Because these guys don't have that much Psi Energy left, and I'm going to need that particular move a lot in this particular... I don't know if you want to call it a dungeon. I guess technically it would be a dungeon. Area in the Sanctum, which is where we are. And I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. Oh wait, more cutscene. Forgot. More things to explain. Yay! What's wrong, Kraden? Those 2 said there was a hidden passage leading deeper into the Sanctum. I've come here many times, and I've always thought it looked strange. I had always imagined Soul Sanctum would look different somehow. What do you mean? Soul Sanctum was built in honor of the sun. There ought to be something here to reflect that. I was always puzzled why there wasn't. If there is a hidden passage, then maybe it leads to... Well, let's see if we can find it. I think he's serious. Should we help him, Isaac? But it's too dangerous for us to split up. We should stay together. Good advice. Okay, so... this little gray dotted line thing here that's on the ground around the statue, you're going to see that in a lot of places, and that is essentially a cue telling you that this little area on the floor that is defined by those marks is the area in which something can be moved. Oh wait, there's nothing here. Duh. So you won't be able to, say, move the statue outside of that area, or whatever it is that happens to be. Wait. Inside of that little area that's marked off by those dots. It has to stay in that area. Which is a good thing to know when you're looking at this and trying to figure out how to solve all the puzzles. Let's see. I don't want to get too far ahead because there's actually a point where it won't let you come back for anything that you miss. And the last time I ran through this game I actually missed it and got rather mad at the game for not letting me go back for the chest because I could see it, I knew it was there, and I couldn't get to it. So I'm gonna try to not let that happen this time around, and I just went in a big circle. So there's nothing there. And it's always nice to have a little extra training, I guess. We're still a super low level. So I don't really have a lot that I can show off yet. But I can do this. I'll show you guys a little bit of psi energy. And we leveled up! Yay! Which gives me more stuff I can show off. Uh-oh. Oh no, wait, I'm not that far along yet. There's one thing that's... if you guys remember what Kraden was saying earlier about there being the 4 different elements, there's each adept or person who uses psi energy, you'll find that their psi energy sort of falls into one of those 4 categories. And the characters that we have at the moment, Isaac is a Earth user, and both Jenna and Garrett are Fire users. So that's something to sort of keep in mind when you're thinking about equipment or trying to figure out whose special abilities that you need to use to solve puzzles. So you try and keep which element is theirs in mind. Because, you know, different characters will have different abilities or strengths based on which element they're corresponding to. Ugh. I got caught by surprise, so that means the enemy gets a round in, but that's okay. A lot of the early enemies are really chicken, so they will run away before they really get to do much damage. Where am I going? I think I got turned around. Too busy talking. I'm distracting myself. Okay, that slime ran away, so that's okay. A lot of the time I'm going to be just sort of speeding through battle because I like to just use regular attacks as much as possible, almost. What am I doing? I was supposed to be up there. There we go. As you can see, I've been using the psi energy, but everybody's energy is completely recovered, well, except for Janice, because I just used some of it, but it will probably be completely recovered by the time I get into another fight at this point. Okay. Doorway. Now we have another puzzle. See the dotted lines I was talking about? More statues. It doesn't look like we can reach them from here. Perhaps psi energy is the key. Isaac, try to use your psi energy. So, just... I am using a shortcut here. Remember, I keyed the psi energy earlier. And I'm going to move every statue just to make sure that I'm not missing anything at all. Oops. Sometimes the game can get a little finicky if you are aiming the wrong direction. Okay. Oops. Oh, there it is. Small jewel. You hear the sound of shifting stone. That is kind of what that sounded like. And if I remember right, there's absolutely nothing in this room, but it doesn't hurt to check. And there's a new enemy. Which still doesn't give very much in the way of experience points. Yep, absolutely nothing in this room. This room is here just to troll you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's do things a little differently. Show off some of the other psi energy since I got another one. Oh dear. Down, one slime down, two slime down, and now it's dead. Yay! And I got an oil drop, which is an item that is to be used in battle and will cause flame damage. So let's go ahead and use it, shall we? I did say I would show everything off. It looks much like Flare, doesn't it? Oh, so much damage. It just takes everything out. There it is. This is the chest that you can miss if you're not careful. And at this early stage in the game, having healing items is pretty important. Or it can be pretty important. Because you don't always have enough energy to just be healing everybody every time that they're hurt. Leveling up! And I got another oil drop. I'm going to save that for a bigger fight.